Alright, we should be live. Let me turn up the mic a little bit more like that. I think that should be good right there, like that. Let me move this over here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go to a charting session. Let me move this time frame to the daily time frame. Now let's go to the weekly. I gotta see the weekly. Alright. Haven't looked at the charts at all today. Yesterday, I think Monday, yeah, we did take a trade. We're down 0.5% on the 10K from yesterday's trade for the week, but overall, the count is still up. But nonetheless, we're looking to improve all that. So yeah, we're gonna start a charting session right now. What I'm expecting and what I'm gonna be looking for going into NFP. Of course, I gotta show you guys the chart, or Forex Factory real quick. So just give you guys a brief overview as to what I'm gonna be looking for going into this week. My goodness, there we go. Move this right here like this, right there like that. All right. So what I'm going to be looking for, again, Monday I did take a trade. Again, just 0.5% risk, lowering the risk because, again, I was tape reading, and then eventually I saw something that I really liked, and that was corresponding with my model, so I decided to take it, but just didn't deliver the speed, so I was trailing the stop loss pretty quickly. And where I'm trading and the model I trade, it usually has to have speed. You got to leave breakaway gaps, you got to leave all that, and you got to push in my direction. Of course, the move did happen, but it was after we took the trade, and probably I think during the PM session, I traded a little bit. I think a little bit like before. A little bit like during the start of lunch. That's when I took the trade and I lost. And then Wednesday, tomorrow's Wednesday basically. Today's Tuesday, March 19th. Today we did have some really good movement on the indices, and I wasn't really paying attention today because I just thought it was gonna be a low probability day. So I just really decided to not even look at the charts. And then Wednesday, tomorrow is going to be FOMC. That's what I'm going to be waiting for. GPP, we have CPI, so I'm not going to be really even paying attention to the Forex pairs until probably maybe Thursday and Friday. So I'll still go over them and do my analysis on what I'm expecting. So, and then, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be waiting after 2 p.m. AM session. I'm not really going to be paying attention to it because I got other things to do. Once more, that commonplace book. I think that commonplace book I gotta finish it by the end of this week. That's my deadline. I can't stop. I keep pushing it away. So, I need to finish it soon so I can start reviewing on the notes daily and have a structured manner to reviewing it. So, yeah, and then my primes too. And then I gotta do some other stuff with the book I just finished reading. It's called The Mental Game of Trading by Jared S. Tendler. And now I'm on Best Loser Wins. So, yeah, I got plenty of books to read. I got plenty of projects that I need to finish. And that's one of them. And then I need to get into some crypto airdrops and L2s and L1s. So pretty much not trading till PM session. Even then, I'm going to be reviewing. I'm going to be looking at the SMTs, seeing if anything is forming. And then eventually, usually what I do whenever FOMC comes out is we have a big move and then we come back down and we rebalance and we go higher. It all depends on the narrative. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. And then eventually Thursday, we have pretty much going to wait for 9:45 news again, just waiting. It's probably till 10 o'clock till everything settles down. And then we have that macro from 9:50 to 10:10 hit. And we start just, having that good movement. And then eventually Friday, I'm going to be trading after 9 a.m. after Mr. Fed Chair Powell speaks, and probably 9:30 when the 9:30 bell comes in. If not, then eventually the macro again, 9:50 to 10:10, giving us some strong delivery. And then next week is going to be a very, very good week in my opinion, trading. And I can't wait to trade next week for sure. Next week is going to be one of those weeks where we don't have much news. So the days we don't have news, like Monday and Wednesday, 9:30 is going to be very, very strong. And it's going to be very good to be trading. And then eventually Tuesday and Thursday, again, we have news, waiting for the news to come out and then giving us that beautiful delivery. I might take Monday off, though. I don't know yet. I'm going to see how it is. So Monday might be a tape reading session, or maybe a day where we don't really trade it because, again, it's just not. I'm not going to lie. Some Mondays are really good, especially NFP Mondays. But everything else usually isn't really the best in my opinion. So I'm going to be watching that, and I'm going to be seeing that for sure. So, I'm just going to be watching that. Now we're going to go and show you guys what I'm expecting on dollar. So dollar, we have a sell side imbalance here, and I would have liked if we held it, especially since we rebalanced back into this inefficiency and we fully delivered it from this PDA rate, the high, and then eventually, if we see this inverse, I'm targeting this up here. I'm targeting this high inside of this imbalance, which is an intermediate term high. And to me, the monthly candle or the monthly inversion balance price range isn't going to be respected, in my opinion. I think we're going to go push above it and then eventually go and take out the buy side liquidity. That's all I see. If we don't hold this weekly and then we take out this high and we continue delivering and we create another fair value gap overlapping with this high, it's wraps. If we come back, redeliver into it once, and then eventually we have an institutional order flow entry drill, and I see us targeting this high, and this is all high resistance. So it's gonna be one of those weeks. I think it's gonna have to be NFP week. If we do again break above this, create a fair value gap, and continue higher, that's probably gonna be the first week of next month, and it's gonna have to be there in NFP week. And I can't see it happening next week since we don't have much news. It can probably happen there in the week after NFP, which is CPI, to fully get us up there. So maybe then, maybe not. So again, if we don't hold this, that's if we don't. So on the daily chart, we have a breakaway gap here. So what is that telling me? Whenever we have a breakaway gap, let's delete all this real quick. So this is not really important in my opinion anymore. So all right. So once we have a breakaway gap at the bottom of the move and we never come and refill that, what does that tell me? That means price is in that direction and is strong. And we have a breakaway gap. I think this could be your measuring gap. I forgot how we measured it. It was something like this, where you measured it with something like that. So I think this would have to be your measuring gap, and then eventually we push up higher to reach for this buy side. So if we reach here and we continue higher, I can see us going higher, and eventually this right here would have to be your inverse order block if we get above that. So let's see. Say we get above there. So say we get above at least the order block, and we don't, reach the buy side easily. We would just come down and then go higher and take out the buy side liquidity. That's all that's easy. It's bread and butter. But if we go higher and then we take out the buy side, then you're going to be wanting to see a fair value gap form from that perspective. And then eventually you come down, you redeliver it into it, and then you eventually have another target to target, which is going to be this high. And then eventually you target that high. Simple as that. From when you're gonna have to be watching, guys. So it's pretty much really it. If we continue higher at this rate and we don't hold this or the weekly, and we make again if we drop down the 4 hour, we probably have fair value. So yeah, we have fair value up. We have another fair value up here again. I was just strong delivery to the upside. I can see us continuing and reaching this area of buy side liquidity on the daily. So let's mark it out here on the daily. Dollar looks strong. EU might look weak right now, but I feel like we're inside of a range and we still have yet to break out of it, especially on the daily. We're inside of this range right here, and we are digging into a premium. So, it really just all depends on, if we're able to break out of this range. If we, barely sweep and then we come back down, then we start chopping inside of the range. To me, I don't really know. I just don't see a trending market for $1, especially being inside of this low and this high. We're still yet to even break out of the whole range for last year. So I'm going to want to be seeing some good movement here. Just like strong delivery, for bullish or bearish, start respecting these higher time frame PD arrays and disrespect the other ones that are not in line with the order flow. So that's really it with dollar. I'm going to go to euro now. I don't really want to drop any further. Again, we have order block, BISI, another BISI, easy target up here. If we ever come and have an institutional order flow entry drill, this right here, weekly profile does seem like a bearish one, but again, can be fooled with the weekly profile. Again, this might be Tuesday high of week, and then we come back down and we drop all the way further and come for sell side liquidity. But that the order flow telling us right now, especially with this BISI not even being tapped up into, and these PD arrays, just holding strong delivery, I'm still yet to really confirm that weekly profile, and I need more confirmation. So seeing the price action, the order flow is really important right now. We can't anticipate that happening, having a bearish week. I can't from what I'm seeing right now, but it can happen. So just waiting again for the news and then for what price action delivers for us. But as of right now, it seems like we're really bullish and we're going to be targeting the daily buy side liquidity up here. So that's pretty much really it. Let's go to the Euro USD on the weekly here. We have a buy side imbalance again here. This one is seeming a lot more bullish than dollar. Than GU. Euro looks really strong in my opinion. Looks really strong. So that might be a cracking correlation if euro starts to go up and dollar starts to come down a lot more. And then eventually, EG, we're going to see EG and seeing if euro and GPB, which one is stronger to give us that good delivery. So on the weekly, again, we have that buy side imbalance, weekly profile looking like a bullish one. Since we are coming down, we already created the low. And then this is going to be the external resistance. This is your internal. So again, just seeing what we want to see, that push up higher. Daily time frame, change in the state of delivery. We swept buy side. Now I'm going to be watching to see what this sell side imbalance, especially up here, this part right here, get what redelivered back into, and seeing, if we want to drop and come back down to take this sell side. If not, make this inverse and then eventually come back down to go take out that buy side up there. I would prefer us to do that, make this inverse and go higher, since we are on the weekly more bullish and the monthly. But again, we're just inside of a range. It's really hard to determine where we really would want to go. And let's go to the 4 hour here. I think we do have something. So yeah, in the 4 hour, we have basically an inversion for value gap forming right now. So if we do get that, again, I was watching that one, but it really didn't transpire. Did we sweep anything? We swept all these lows right here. So that might be the catalyst for us going higher. So we can probably see something like that, which isn't bad in my opinion. If we do get that inversion fair value up, which it does seem like it's going to happen, that is really good. And we can probably see, the move higher now. Back into that sell side imbalance on the daily. And then after that, you're going to want to be on sidelines, seeing what price is doing. And then let's go to the 1 hour and see if the 1 hour got anything. Not really. See this 1 hour inverse, which already happened, which is kind of giving more confirmation, we're going higher. And yeah, it's going to be a balanced price range. Usually balanced price ranges don't get filled or redelivered back into 50%. So if we do close above this high, again, the bottom of the inversion is probably your last bet to see price go down there. And then after that, you just don't want to see us go down there. So I am seeing a little bit more bullish price action on, if we do get this inverse, then EU targeting this SIBI, and then on the daily, of course, not this one up here. And yeah, that's really it. I can't really see anything else. This one too, one day. Oh. This one has a bigger BISI, so that tells me a lot. It tells me this one is a lot more stronger on the weekly. On the 1 day chart here, again, we have that sell side imbalance on this one too. Same with EU. Then we have this order block here, this mitigation block, and we tapped or we redelivered back into it, and now it looks like forming that that low, and now forming that market maker buy model. It seems to push us higher, which is pretty nice, especially with this right here. I wouldn't want. We can't see this form a breaker, but again, we have a BISI here, so to me that seems like it's very high probability. Again, this is what balanced price range right here, and we already redelivered back into it. So either way, I think if we continue and we hold it, especially on EU, if we make that inverse, I think it's wraps, and GU catches up eventually with the SIBI, and we reach up there and we continue higher for sure. So again, I was watching this right here and seeing if we had to change the state of delivery, but we never really got that inverse, never really got that. So I was kind of anticipating it, but never really transpired. Again, I can see us continuing higher, especially with the PDA race we got right now. So again, doesn't look too bad. My only concern is really dollar. Dollar looks a lot stronger than the Forex pairs right now, which means that these might move lower if dollar continues to be strong. So it really just depends, on the correlation. If we have a crack, dollar starts to drop from tomorrow. So that's really it. EG, I think we're sideways right now. Yeah, nothing too favorable. All right, so we remember buy side liquidity target. We were inside of this high and low, and I expected this day to chop around, but again, we didn't get that. Let's take that out. Mark this one up. All right, we're gonna go to the 4 hour. I don't even think we need to go higher than the daily. The weekly, again, nice juicy target up there. So I need to clean up this chart a lot right now. Balanced price range again. I was thinking we're gonna be bearish since we did close below. We tapped up into it, but again, proved me wrong from this inversion for value gap, this big one. And if we go to a higher time frame, I bet it overlaps with double the price range. Double balance, double for value gap. So it's balanced price range here on the 8 hour. So you can see that perfectly respected and push us higher. Again, on NQ though, it didn't really seem that high probability to me on the inverse on the 8 hour. So that's kind of why I didn't mark it up on ES or SPX. because it just, I thought it was not going to be high probability on this one either, but it did. We have another one right here. I'm going to be looking if we can come back down. If not, go up and then come back down. That's really it. Another fair value up. Damn, we have so many. Like, we're inside of this range from this high to this low. And yeah, we're going to break out of it really soon. When was it? March 1st. So like March 5th. NFP. This is like baby CPI, I think. Yeah, no, this is NFP. This is CPI. So this is CPI right here from the beginning of March. No. So yeah. And then we came up there. Profit. This will have to be your mitigation block here. So mitigation block. Easy buy side target up there. Yeah, it just looks like it's back and forth. Again, this is all balanced. All the balanced price range right here. We wouldn't want to see equilibrium come back down and be retraded back into. So again, I would like to see this quarter 25% or 75% get respected. This quadrant at least to get respected the most. This one, not really. So we can probably see this one. And we can probably see us come back down into this area over here. Take out this outside this, intermediate term low, and then eventually go higher. If not, stay inside of that 4 hour. Hold this down close candle and continue higher. Nothing really too. Okay, there's nothing here. Yeah, I didn't trade that day. Okay, yeah, no. So we don't really have anything on the 4 hour. Go to the 8 hour. Let's see if we got anything on the 8 hour. Yeah, so basically the 8 hour, you can see that is pretty much what your mitigation block. But we drew it on the 4 hours, so it doesn't really matter. Because on the 8 hour here again, inverse, that's your inversion. Whatever you want to call it. 12 hour, we don't really have anything on the 12 hour. Yeah, so I see us reaching the buy side target. I just don't know when. It can be tomorrow. It can be. It can be tomorrow for sure, but I don't know if it's gonna be. Like during the news. Of course, it's gonna be during the news, but like I don't know what I'm trying to say is gonna be like if we're gonna go strong up. What I'm trying to say. Okay, let me say it right now. Let me show you in the chart. Let me just stop trying to say it. So for the news, when the news comes out, I don't know if we're gonna go immediately all the way up there, take it out, and then eventually start to come back down, or if we're gonna come back down, or we're gonna create a big move up and then come back down and then eventually go higher. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So there's two scenarios that can happen. Either we just go up or already like close to it for the news and we reach it, and then eventually we come back down, and then eventually you form a mitigation or a breaker, and then eventually continue lower after taking out external, and then all that other stuff. So that's pretty much really it. Or if not, we come back down and retrace from the news a higher time frame fair value gap, and then go higher and take out the external. So that's pretty much really it. I can only really see those two scenarios. But if we continue lower, we form a market maker style model here, which isn't really too high probability for me. But if we do, then of course I'm going to be targeting this area over here, this mitigation, and then because it's overlapping with this fair value gap, and it's probably deep into a discount, in which we see higher prices coming. But I would want to see this inverse on the 4 hour hold. The lowest we can go is probably sweep this again, just nothing below the order block on the 4 hour. We can tap into it, chop around it, and then go higher. But I wouldn't want to see even us come down here. I would want to see this respected and holding, and then eventually forming inverse fair value gaps around here in this area, reaching higher. So yeah. NQ still yet to reach up there. That's what I'm saying. These 2-day candles are here. Your 3-day look back period right there. 3-bar look back. You can see outside of the range. Can't really. I think NQ is a lot weaker than anything else right now. Again, balanced price range on the 8 hour. That's kind of why I deleted it, or I didn't really put it up there on the other one. This one didn't really even hold it. It got disrespected in my opinion, and that's kind of why I didn't really put it up in there over there. So I kind of want to delete it on this one since the other one is getting respected while this one isn't. So I'm going to draw the mitigation though. You're going to want to see the mitigation block hold us and continue us higher. Pretty much so. That is pretty much really it. 4 hours so. And then you can see that perfect. So if we come back down, and then I would want to see us go higher, at least closing above here for this one right here. That is a rejection block, but I will not want to see that hold. And yeah, targeting the buy side, I think that's a good external objective since it is kind of with this change in the state of delivery is probably like the mean threshold of it. So very close to it, and then eventually you can start seeing this what start retracing back down. And if we continue higher, then of course we're gonna go and yeah, so we're gonna go and just respect those other PDA rates for sure. The 1H, let's go to the 1H here. 1H, we have a big fair value gap, and again, sell side liquidity. What is this order block on the weekly, right? It's definitely on the weekly order block, so we're gonna change the color here. So I'm gonna change the color for this one to go to a little darker, and then this one keep it green. And then eventually here we have a fair value gap. This is where the fair value gap is still yet to be redelivered back into. Not a breaker, fair value gap, busy. We have on the 4 hour there. Yeah, I think it's gonna be near equilibrium. So, nah, not even near it. So it's above equilibrium. If we hold this, make inverses, I think we're gonna continue higher for sure. It's on the 1 hour, the 15-minute time frame. So yeah, you can see us continuing higher, reaching this up here. What is this weekly profile? It seems to me at least a Tuesday low week, barely even in there. And then as we go higher, the baby wick, you can see that baby wick, and I think we're gonna go higher for sure. Respecting what is busy on the 4 hour. So yeah, respecting the weekly order block, pushing up higher to the buy side liquidity. Why? Because everything else is reaching up there. You saw ES earlier is about to reach up there. Dow Jones is gonna reach up there. Again, we're just holding these weekly PD arrays. So to me, I think we're still bullish. Again, inversion for value gap didn't get respected. And we created another mitigation area. So it seems high probability that we're gonna continue higher for tomorrow, and then continue and reach for more buy side liquidity, which I'm gonna be going into looking for. And then of course for the rest of the other news, just reaching for more buy side liquidity, having other targets of course eventually being created. So on the 4 hour, okay, we skipped, I think, wait, did we skip the 4 hour? Okay, we did. Hold on, I skipped the 4 hour. All right, hold on. Yeah, no, the 4 hour is a lot. We're gonna go back up. Okay, yeah, this is perfect here. All right, oh wait, hold on. Okay, no, hold on, I'm gonna go back into this, don't worry. Let me just change this real quick. Nice. So the 12 hour inversion. Strong signs that what are likely to continue to the upside. That is strong, because we have this right here. We had this inversion. We had an order block show us that we wanted to hold and continue higher, and we had some relative equal lows that we were, failed to go and take out. So that is strong delivery to tell us that we are continuing higher. Again, I'm gonna watch this right here because it's more of a balanced price range on the 12 hour. I think the 12, when price action gets sloppy, you don't have any PD arrays on the daily or on the weekly. I usually drop down to these hourly charts, and that usually helps me confirm, what I'm actually looking for. So I think that's a very strong viewpoint that a lot of people need to do and use, which is price action is sloppy on daily, weekly, and the other time frames. On the higher time frames, of course, go to the 8 hour, go to the 12 hour, go to the 6 hour, go to the 4 hour. Use those higher time frame hourly charts and let them guide you. I think that's a very important element whenever you're trading. So again, we have a balanced price range, don't really care, and we have a inversion I don't really care about anymore. Don't really care about that anyways. Then we have a break in market structure here. Just keeping the charts clean. I think that's very important. That's one of the things I used to struggle with a lot, was keeping my charts clean. I would have so many PD arrays, and it's very bad in my opinion when you have so many PD arrays, so many things cluttering your chart. I think it's bad. Again, here, what is this? Low, high, lower low, breaker block. So this right here, don't even want to see it be retraded back into, especially since we have such a big breaker block. I keep doing that. I keep trying to exit and pushing that. We have it on the 4 hours, probably on the 8 hour. Watch how much I want to bet. 8H, let's go. Even on the 12H is probably present. No, not really. So on the 8H, really. So yeah, probably 8 hour breaker, breakaway gap. Not a breakaway gap. Big fair value gap, I should say. Just left open. We can come back down here. I think that's a very good, area we can go back down into and probably go higher. If I knew Tuesday was gonna offer this, bro, I would have taken it for sure. It just looks clean. Inverse here. Another inverse. You just go to the 30 minutes. See the 30 minute. No, probably the 20 minute. No, not 25 minute then. See, 25 minute fair value up. Just strong breaker formed. Pushes up higher. Even this right here, just redelivery back into this market structure shift. You go higher. Swept all this outside. Redelivered back into some mitigation. And then, yeah, it just went higher. Strong weekly profile. Monday low week though for sure. Why did I go to the weekly? So yeah, I'm gonna be watching. Honestly, go back to the hourly. We have a fair value up here on the hourly, so I'm gonna watch this if we can see that. We can see this hold. If we don't, then I'm gonna be watching for a inverse to form, and then I really can't see us not hold this. Honestly, it's very clear. So yeah, I don't even want to see us come back down to this. I think this should be left open and not even retraded back into. And I think we should just be reaching for buy side up here very, 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 very quickly, especially with the news tomorrow. That's the thing though. I don't know if news is going to create that catalyst to where we just push up all the way up and then take it out. Or, if we create a mitigation, or we create a mitigation, come back down, redeliver back into a BISI, and then eventually, 30 minutes after the news, we go higher. It could be either one of the two scenarios, but either way, I do see us taking out buy side and continuing higher. So that's pretty much it for the live stream, the charting session. If you guys got any comments, you can comment down below, and I'll go and try to reply to them very soon for the live stream. And that's pretty much really it. And I'll catch y'all probably next week on next week's live stream. Next week we don't really have much news, so I'm probably gonna live stream again Wednesday or Tuesday, one of the 2 days. That's pretty much really it. Charting session over. I do see us again reaching for the buy side on these right here, and I want to see EU go and create that 4-hour inversion. Then I'm going to be targeting the SIBI on the daily. Same goes for GU, and that's pretty much really it. Again, the only catalyst that I'm watching that is giving me concern is dollar. Dollar's strongly bullish. We're going to need to see this right here, this fair value up become inverse. So that's pretty much really it, and that's pretty much my only concern. So out of everything else, I do see us looking good on forex pairs except for dollar. I want to see dollar come down. And that's pretty much really it. So yeah, peace.